Hello, everyone, wherever you are. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines Uganda. I am Lucy. As Uganda is heading to another election cycle, the conversation around leadership, freedom, and the future is growing louder by day, both on ground and online. Today, I sit with Cassypool as we step back to unpack what this election moment means to Ugandans. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Lucy.
How are
Thank you
you?
for having me.
Uh-huh.
I don't take it for granted. I highly appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, to the first one, the bigger question here is when people say freedom of speech is limited in Uganda, what do you think they are really responding to?
You know, the other day I told you when you hear people talking about Uganda, and especially these people who talk about Uganda, they are foreigners. They don't understand. They don't know anything about Uganda. I'll be very honest with you. Do you know right now as I speak in Uganda, we have over 52 television stations. We have over 341 radio stations that are operating. Since His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni took over power in 1986, there was only one TV station and one radio station. So when you talk about freedom of speech, I tend to wonder, what are you talking about? Or what are they talking about? As we speak right now, in Uganda, there is no political leader who is in exile.
Interesting.
There is no. Non-political leader is in exile. Today, people talk and they can even relay their ideas without looking behind their back. I'll be very honest with you. The other day you saw Larry Madoa,
Yes.
a CNN journalist, going to Uganda, did his thing, came out, nobody arrested Larry Madoa. What does that tell you? It tells you that His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni believes in freedom of speech. And those who are out there yapping and calling him, names and defining him or portraying him as a leader who does not embrace freedom of speech, then they are lying.
So you want to tell me that people feel free to speak their minds openly in Uganda?
You've been watching TikToks, because TikTok is the most, is the largest online platform in Uganda, and people speak their mind. And I'll be very honest with you, the 80% of people who are on a social media platform, they support Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. That's why you see so many people asking, why is it that we don't have negative words coming from Uganda? Is because they know their leader. They love their leader. And they're even wondering what other people from different countries are talking about their leader. And the love for Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, from the young to the old, is unconditional. And that's why you see these people that are foreigners, they tend to ask themselves questions. Why is it that we don't have people who are talking ill about Yoweri Kaguta Museveni? And those who are talking ill about Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, they are working freely in Uganda. They are operating. Go do that in other countries. I dare you. Even those who are talking negative about Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, they go talk about other leaders in Africa. I can guarantee you, they will not go back to their home, eat chicken and wake up, take their children to school. That one I can guarantee you. The only leader that has maintained and has given people freedom of speech is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Well, now this takes me to my next question. As the elections get closer, we are some few days to the general elections. Does online criticism of Museveni reflect what people really think? Or is it mostly social media talk? Who is he? Who is Museveni?
Museveni is a soldier. Museveni is a leader. Museveni is a pathologist. Museveni is a teacher. Museveni is a father, is a husband, is a grandfather to his bazukulu. Not only in Uganda, but in East Africa. Museveni is a leader that cannot be compared by any other leader in Africa. Museveni is uncelebrated Nelson Mandela. Museveni has dedicated his time, his entire life, to serve the people of Uganda and the entire region. There is no single day His Excellency Yoweri Museveni has gone for a vacation. He sleeps for 1.5 hours or 20 minutes, 30 minutes, go back and serve his people and the entire region. For the past 40 years, since he took over power, no single day he has fallen sick. He works out every day.
Okay.
He's a strong leader, dedicated to his people and the entire region. So when I talk about Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, I will take the entire day talking just about Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, what he has done for the people of Uganda and the entire region. Museveni cannot be compared by any leaders. He can never be compared by any leader in Africa. He's a dedicated leader with a vision to his people and the entire region.
There is this perception that he is a dictator, inhuman. What would you say about it?
You know, the other day I was telling a friend of mine that he was painted as a dictator and is being painted as a dictator by the West. But Yoweri has never been a dictator, because when you want to describe a dictator, is someone that does not respect other leaders. He does not believe in different opinion. As we speak right now, there are so many leaders who are against Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in Uganda, but they are in Uganda. None of them is out of Uganda. None of them has been assassinated. None of them has gone to exile. He has never signed, for the past 35 years, he has never signed any death warrant. He has never hanged anyone. He believes in leadership that is provided to the people and is transparency, and believes that we can have different opinion, but we still remain as brothers. Today we have over 37 political parties registered in Uganda. Those are opposition. They are registered in Uganda. Despite him being in power for the past 40 years, he still humbles himself, go to the people and ask the people to re-elect him. How do you call such a person a dictator? He has all the machinery, he has all the power, but he does not use that power. He believes that there is democracy. He goes to the people, humble himself, campaign at his age, and ask people, can you vote me back so that I can complete my work? I'll be very honest with you. Even if today Yoweri Kaguta Museveni does not campaign in Uganda, if he chooses not to go to the regions and campaign, take it to the bank. The people of Uganda will still vote Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Interesting.
If today he choose not to go and he choose to talk to the people via radio station, social media, tell the people that, I'm not coming, but please vote for me. 80% of Ugandans will vote for Yoweri Kaguta Museveni because they know what he has done to the people of Uganda. And that's why I can tell you this with no fear or contradiction. Today, Bobby Wine will stand a chance to win presidential seat if Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is not on the ballot box. He has retired and gone to his village. He can only win if Badman General Mhonzi will not venture into politics. He stands a chance to win 50%. But so long as Mzee is still on the ballot box, Bobby Wine will never be the president of Uganda. Not because of intimidation, not because he will be rigged off. No, it's because the people of Uganda love Yoweri Kaguta Museveni unconditional. His work speaks more than anything. And today, if General Mhozi choose not to venture into politics, then he stand a chance of winning the seat of the president of Uganda. Bobby Wine will stand a chance of winning that seat. But so long as we have Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and we have Badman General Mhozi, the man of the people, take it to the bank. What Bobby Wine is doing is just to escort His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to the ballot box as a flower girl.
So that takes me to my next question. Is Bobby Wine has a lot of support, right? Especially from young people. Is this a sign of really a real political change or more of a generational protest? Why are these people supporting him?
How I wish we would put that question in quotes, that he has support from the young people, in quotes. Because the social media has made you believe that the 10% of people supporting Bobby Wine on social media, there are so many. In Kenya, we say ground indifferent. Ground ni tofauti.
Kwa ground.
Kwa ground ni tofauti. Of course, he has support from some toddlers who don't understand the history of Uganda. These are young people who were born just the other day. They are like 18 years. They don't know the history of Uganda. They don't know what Museveni has done for the people of Uganda. And this is like 10%. Today, as we speak, Uganda has a population of 80%. These include the Gen Z and the millennial. 20% are the old generation. But I'll be very honest with you. Bobby Wine himself is a product of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He was born 2 years before Yoweri Kaguta Museveni took over power. He is a product of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Him, together with other musicians, his friend Baby Cool, Jose Chameleon, Butcherman, name them all. They have created wealth because of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In East Africa today, as we speak, the Ugandan musicians are the richest musicians in East Africa. They have wealth. They have big houses. They have big cars. They have flats. They have, they have wealth. They have created because Mzee supported art fully and gave them the peace, stability, so that they can move around and perform. And that's why you see so many Ugandan artists don't perform out of Uganda. They perform in Uganda and they perform every day. They have shows on daily basis. Why? Because of the peace and security stability that Mzee has given to the people of Uganda. Bobby Wine, as I've said before, is a product of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He needs to thank Mzee because today he's moving around, campaigning against Mzee, even going ahead and even insulting Mzee. But Mzee gives him security. The people who are protecting Bobby Wine today as we speak, they're Uganda police forces. They're the people who are protecting Bobby Wine. So he is a good man. The other day I was in Yumbe and I had a conversation with Eddie Kenzo. Eddie Kenzo told me, I asked him, why do you support Mzee? He told me, Mzee has made me the person I am today. Eddie Kenzo is a famous musician who has won so many awards in and outside the country. And if you ask him about Mzee, he tells you that he is today who he is because of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So those who describe Mzee as a dictator, then they don't know Mzee. They should go to Uganda and do research about Mzee. They will come back praising Mzee the way I am doing right now.
Now, we understand that Uganda has had many strong leaders, but none has stayed as long as Museveni.
Yeah.
Why has he stayed in power for that long, and what does that mean for the country?
Well, I think because of his good leadership, let me just define that way. And as you mentioned before, Uganda had great leaders and very strong leaders. These include Idi Amin Dada, who was the strongest leader in East, Central, and Africa at large. But he could not sustain power in Uganda. Under the able leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, today in Uganda we have independent judiciary. Today as we speak, we have dynamic executive. Today as we speak, we have a very vibrant parliament whereby even people fight, and it's okay, it's healthy. We know Africa, we fight and we tend to not to, to agree. We disagree to agree. And we have the most vocal parliament in East Africa, that is Uganda Parliament, under the able leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. This means that Museveni has been able to maintain that because he has given opportunity to everyone to exercise leadership and also to express his own opinion. I'll be very honest with you. Today, among the top 5 leaders in Uganda, for example, the Prime Minister, of course, the Speaker, the Deputy President, all are women. In the cabinet, we have more than, this half of the cabinet are women. He believes in women empowerment. For example, today, if an army officer kills someone in the village, he will be tried in that village that he has killed someone in public. I'll be very honest with you. Under the able leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, today, Ugandan people celebrating and they're praying for him to live long. This is evident that there will never be another Museveni. It can only be one and only Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Given Uganda's role in the region, what economic progress under the leadership of Museveni really improved the daily lives of the ordinary Ugandans?
Well, I think I have so many things to mention, especially what Mzee has done to the people of Uganda. But I'll be very brief. Huh? I'll just mention a few, and then next time I'll mention. Now, I'll be very honest with you. For the past 40 years, Mzee has done so much for the people of Uganda. Today in Uganda, we have free universal primary and secondary education. Today in Uganda, we have free medical care. Today in Uganda, Mzee has constructed over 6,000 kilometer roads, tarmac roads in Uganda. He has made Uganda become number one in Africa in terms of tea export, coffee export, and today as we speak, sugar. We have over 11 active factories in Uganda that are operating in Uganda. Uganda is producing over 5 billion liters of milk, excess and surplus. When you talk about what Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has done for the people of Uganda, they are the only people who can tell you, and they know why they are voting him back in power. Under his able leadership, today as we speak, Mzee has managed to construct over 6 dams, power dams. Well, when he took over power in 1986, they were generating 62 megawatts. Today in Uganda, they have over 2,000 megawatts. They're even exporting power. We are beneficiary as Kenyans. We benefit from Uganda government because they export power to Kenya. For the first time in Africa, we're going to have a nuclear power plant in Uganda. This is under his able leadership. That's why we have every single reason to love, protect, and celebrate His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
So, having told us so many things about Museveni, Mzee, what is it? What is that one thing, or maybe things that we don't really know about him, or people out here don't know about him?
Well, Mzee is conservative. He's Pan-Africanist. He is a strong Christian. He is a traditional, man, for real African man who believes in Africa culture. He's the only leader who has the capacity to protect the East Africa community. He's the only leader who tells all of the West that the thing called homosexuality, we are not familiar with it. And even Africa is not ready for it. And when Africa is ready for it, then they will do it. But if you want to do those stuffs, make sure you don't do it publicly, but you do it privately. He believes that a man is meant to marry a woman, not another man. He believes that a woman is meant to be married by a man. He's true, traditional, and is a real African man. And I'll be very honest with you. The fact that he told the white people that we have our culture, you don't have a culture. We are not used to your things. We are used to our things. Your food is not our food. We eat ugali, we eat cassava, we eat matoke, you eat pizza. So we are not going to tolerate, or we are not going to adjust to your behavior. We are true Africans. He is a man of the people. And today I'll be very honest with you. When I talk about him being a Pan-Africanist, today in Uganda, they are hosting over 1.6 million refugees in their country. Uganda is the only country that you can go live as a refugee without looking at your back. We have Eritreans, we have Ethiopians, we have over 1.2 million Sudanese who are refugees in northern Uganda. And they're enjoying living in Uganda. This is very evident that Mzee is a true Pan-Africanist that has embraced the East Africa community. You talk about refugees from Burundi, from DRC Congo, in East Africa. You talk about the environment that have been given for them to live in peace and harmony. That is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
We are 14 or 13 days to the general elections in Uganda. Do you think the elections will be free and fair?
Of course, Uganda will have free and fair election, because the reason why Uganda will have free and fair election is because His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is not intimidated, or is not, I don't know how to describe it. He doesn't fear his opponent, because his opponent happens to be a flower girl, is escorting him to the ballot box. He doesn't have a threat. His opponent is not a threat to Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will win the election very early in the morning, because the people of Uganda love Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And I'll be very honest with you, we have independent election body in Uganda that conducts and regulates elections in Uganda. He doesn't have a hand in that body. It operates independently. And Uganda is the only country in East Africa whereby votes are counted from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they are not counted secretly. They are counted in public. They count 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 100, up to 1,000, up to 10,000 in front of the people. So when you talk about free and fair election, we are going to witness as East Africa free and fair election in Uganda, because the opponent of Mzee is not a threat to Mzee. He is just a flower girl who is escorting Mzee to the ballot box.
You've talked about the agricultural activities in Uganda. That is the tea export, the coffee, milk production. What are the economic activities that the world doesn't know about Uganda that you think we should know?
In East Africa, we call Uganda the Pearl of Africa. We call Uganda the promised land full of milk and honey. And when I talk about Uganda, I strongly believe that Uganda will be the heart of East Africa. It will contribute largely in economy, not only in Uganda, but in East and Central Africa. Today, as we speak, we have oil reserve, we have uranium, we have gold. This is in trillions of dollars, US dollars, that is in Uganda. So when we say, or when I say that Uganda is the hub of East Africa, we talk about the Pearl of Africa.
Yeah, as we went up, many people don't really know Uganda's role in the region, that is East Africa. Can you explain how the country influences East Africa politically and militarily?
Well, first of all, over the decades, a few years ago, we've had attacks from Al-Shabaab and Al-Qaeda in Somalia. Even before Kenya moved to Somalia, after American and NATO left Somalia, Uganda had so many troops containing the Al-Shabaab and the Al-Qaeda. Uganda has played a very big role in terms of containing the Al-Shabaab and the Al-Qaeda in and out of Somalia. Today, as we speak, the largest number of military officers in Somalia are Ugandans, Uganda military. They have played a big role, not only to the people of Somalia, but also to the neighboring countries. One of them is Kenya as a neighboring country. Containing Al-Shabaab is not a joke. This means that Uganda has played a vital role in containing Al-Shabaab and Al-Qaeda. If you go to Sudan today and mention His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's name in Southern Sudan, especially in Juba, they celebrate him. Why? Because he has also played a vital role in peacekeeping in South Sudan. He is celebrated up to date by the Sudanese. Today, if you go to Congo, you go to North Kivu, he has played a big role. He has played a big role to an extent whereby we have UPDF policing in DRC Congo. Over 743 kilometers road has been constructed that has cost Uganda 380 million US dollars.
Interesting.
Why? Because Mzee believes in East Africa community. You go to DRC Congo, we have over 743 kilometers road. That one you can only compare from Kampala to Voi, constructed by Mzee Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In Rwanda, he has played a very big role. He has contributed a lot. The liberation of Rwanda. Today, Rwanda is the best country whereby we have best infrastructures. The country is the most cleanest country in East Africa. Zero corruption, with great people, because Mzee has also contributed and played a vital role. So when you talk about what Mzee has done to the people of Uganda and outside Uganda, you will be surprised. He has managed to flush out over 14 rebel groups in northern Uganda that were disturbing. They were even butchering people. For the interests of peace of the people of Uganda, he has managed to flush them out as we speak right now. Today, as we speak, we have Uganda military 2,000 kilometers away from Central African Republic border, pursuing the leader of Lord Resistance Army, Joseph Kony. What does that tell you? It tells you that His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni does not tolerate people who bring violence. He wants his people to live in peace and harmony. And before I wind up, I want the East Africa community to know that there can only be one Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and celebrated Nelson Mandela.
Thank you for being part of this conversation. As we wind up, we wish Uganda a peaceful and fair election. Until next time, I am your host, Lucy.